This video is for everyone who aspires or wants to do an MBA at INSEAD, who is preparing for MBA interviews. INSEAD, over the years, has become one of the most popular business schools. They offer a 1 year MBA program and have consistently been ranked in the top 5 business schools across the globe. So today, we have someone who graduated from INSEAD in 2019 and is currently working with Kearney. We're going to understand from him how one should prepare themselves for INSEAD interviews. What should be the key focus areas once you get an admit from INSEAD? Also, he got a complete scholarship where his company sponsored his MBA tuition fee. So we'll understand more on that particular aspect as well. Keep in mind that these videos are recorded over Zoom, so the quality will not be the best. But I can guarantee you each of these videos will provide you ample amount of knowledge. So make sure you subscribe to the channel to watch more of similar content, and do like the video if you find it useful, because it helps me so much with the YouTube algorithm and it just motivates me with what I'm doing. So without further ado, let's welcome Simone Doro. So Simone, thank you for taking your time and being a part of this video. I really appreciate it.
No problem. I'm really glad to what you asked me.
So the very first thing which I want to understand is you graduated in 2012 and after that you did your masters. And after working for 3.5 years, you decided that you wanted to do an MBA. What was the thought process behind deciding that you wanted to do an MBA at that point?
I can see it like under two perspectives. The first one is an external coming from my colleagues. So all my colleagues in at the consulting company, most of them actually did an MBA, and most of them did an MBA at INSEAD. So while you're working with the associate manager, even partner, they tell you all the stories about the MBA, what they learn, their friends, their network, and you can really see how it positively impacted their career. So on one hand, I had this external input to pursue an MBA, and from my side, I really wanted to pursue an MBA in order to have more opportunities in the future, more career opportunities. MBA gives you a strong network and a strong vision about who you are and where you want to go. And I wanted to have this clarity in my life, and also I think the opportunity to be able to change a job if I want to, or in any case to be more successful in my current job.
What were the universities that you were focusing on, and why did you choose INSEAD?
Well, actually, I focus on school that would maximize the value for money. But for I only focus on school that would they would be like a 1 year program, not the 2 years program, but it's other alternative. And also, I focus on school that would allow me to stay in Europe, Middle East, or that they have like a global outreach. And that's why I look for a 1 year program and not I didn't target at all US school. INSEAD was at the top of my list, followed by IE in Madrid, and of course INSEAD has been like my dream school for different reasons. Their reputation, almost every year are in the top three ranking in the Financial Times. INSEAD has a huge network all around the world, and the MBA experience is basically made of the people that you're studying with, and the people that apply to INSEAD they have a global mindset. Think about there are like more than 60 nationalities per court. So in your year, you get in touch just with 60 with people from 60 other nationality compared to yours.
So, in terms of financing your MBA, you were at the right spot. You worked hard for it, and your company sponsored your entire MBA tuition fee. So, can you tell us more on that particular aspect?
So usually, big consulting company or also our big large multinational, they offer this opportunity to sponsor MBA. And usually it works like this: you join as a junior analyst, and after 2 3 years, you are given the opportunity to apply and to be sponsored for an MBA. Usually, after you get accepted from by the MBA school, you ask the sponsorship to your company. They can approve it or not, and after this, you have a lock-in of 1 or 2 years, depending on the company and on the contract. They can, of course, sponsor 100% of your MBA, or you can agree for 50% or 30%, and I mean you can basically agree with what you prefer and what they allow you to do. In consulting, in order to get sponsored, you need to be considered and evaluated as a top performer in your cohort according to their biannual evaluations. So every year you have been evaluated, and they see that you consistently perform well. But it's not only about the past; it's also about the future. If the company invests in you, they see you as a potential leader for the company. So what they see is that a person that can bring new business to the company, they can grow with the company, and then of course can make the company grow as well. Why they sponsor also? Why a company would like to sponsor and invest so much money in one person? They do it for different reasons. One is for the new skill and network that you bring after the MBA. So and this is in terms of your knowledge that can be used in projects and your daily activities, but also the network and the connection that you have that can help you on your job. Plus, is also a marketing tool for new joiners. So the company can hire and more more ambitious students because they give this opportunity. In order to, I mean, there is no secret recipe to be sponsored by the companies. It's a mix of luck and preparation, like in everything in life. I see that it really work if you have a mentor in your company that can sponsor you, and also other senior people that you work with. So you should kind of let people know that you are applying, that you want to do an MBA. This is what you like to, and um, ask these people to support you, like in terms support you like before applying, understanding what is the best school for you, what you want to get out of the MBA, and also sponsoring when they need to decide whether or not give you a sponsorship. And it's really important because if no one knows that you want to do an MBA or no one believes in you, and you're not gonna get the sponsorship.
In terms of the interview process, how is the interview process at INSEAD and what's the average GMAT criteria that they look into?
Well, at INSEAD, first you need to write your application, and your application consists of essay, GMAT, language requirement, and for the GMAT, usually, I mean, there is no official threshold for INSEAD, not at all. The average is 700 for each class is 700, around 700 points. I mean, if you have more than 700, you are in a good position to get in. But you can also have like way less. Like there is no minimum, but I think if you are about 580 is like the minimum threshold. But GMAT is not the only component that they see in the evaluation. Especially in SEAD, GMAT is just one small component. Other components are the ability to contribute in the class, your international motivation, other academic capacity, for example, your university degree and so on, and also the leadership potential. And it's really crucial because the MBA at the end is given by your professor and the people that you are studying and working with during the year. And having people that have like a diverse background, that are they want to achieve something in life, is really more important than just a score in the GMAT. And usually they can understand this from your essay. In your essay, you are asked to describe a situation that you found very difficult, like one challenge that you have to overcome, one of your proudest achievement, your failure, what do you want to do after MBA, what's your dream, like all these questions that try to gauge your interest and your leadership potential. Besides the application, you also have an online round of interview and another round of in-person interview with alumni. And for instance, it's very crucial this point because another person that did the MBA at INSEAD will evaluate you, and it's just a yes or no point. and what they try to understand if you fit in the INSEAD mentality, in the INSEAD mindset. And actually, I really enjoy the conversation with the alumni that I had. You could see like their like how they like the MBA, how it was still part of their heart after 20 years.
Now, considering INSEAD MBA is a 1 year MBA as compared to your regular 2 year MBA which you have in US, so what should be your key focus areas when you're doing an MBA at INSEAD because of the time constraints?
As you said, the time is very short. So my advice is to try to have your ideas as clear as possible regarding what you want to get out of MBA. So before starting, you should already have an idea. Where do I want to go? Do I want to go to? I want to switch career. I want to switch country. I want to switch geography. I want to launch my own startup. These are the ideas. You should have like the clear your ideas are, the better. And this is really important because you don't have much time. You will be overwhelmed with classes, plus the social activities, the networking, trips, job research. There is no time to really think through. And it's better if you have like already an idea and also be ready to change it. That's what happens. Like you start with an idea, you want to do a startup, or you don't want to do a startup, and then you meet someone, or you met a professor, or you saw an opportunity, and then you should be able also to change what you came with, the ideas that you came with. So it's really important, like to know what you want to do. So if you know that you don't know, for example, finance so much or entrepreneurship, you should fill those gaps, and also build your network. So understand people, what they did in the past, where they want to go, and understand like how they can support your career. Plus, last point, but is equally important, is to have fun and just to go out of your comfort zone. As I said, the difference is not only about the nationality where people are, but also their background, their ideas. So just push out of your comfort zone, speak with your colleagues, challenge them, challenge yourself, and this is how you get most of the MBA.
Now, since you spoke about networking, what are the key tips for networking when you are in a B school?
First, you should not overthink it. Most of the time, we have fear of rejection, and we don't even start to network. Uh, so the first point would be to prepare, and also prepare. You do your due diligence regarding the person, or regarding the industry you want to network with, network in, and so on. And then you just send email, ask people, ask for support. Send email like out of the blue. Please, I'm a young graduate, or please let me. Can you help me with this? Ask people to connect with other people that might be helpful for you. So don't be ashamed, don't be shy. Just do the first step. Some people will reply, some people will not reply. It's fine. There might be multiple reasons why they don't reply. Busy, they don't want to talk to you, but never mind. It's just keep on asking. And when you do it, just when you have an interview or a coffee chat or whatever, just be curious and ask as many questions as possible. Of course, when I say do your preparation, you should ask quite thoughtful questions, so not just having a coffee chat for the sake of it. But I mean, if you are curious, I'm sure that people will appreciate and help you out.
Can you tell us more about the placement at INSEAD? When do placements start? And the companies which offer opportunities, do they offer mainly in France and Singapore, or do they offer it worldwide?
Regarding the timing, it depends which promotion you are in. So there are two promotions. One is called the December promotion because you graduate in December and the program starts in January. And then there is the July promotion where you start end of August and you graduate in July. And the difference is that in the December promotion, you have opportunity to do a summer internship. So regarding the December promotion, recruiting starts pretty early. For people that want to go to investment banking, starts already in January. So as soon as you start the program, you are recruiting for the investment bank. And for people that want to do an internship, the recruitment starts after 2 months. Already in March, that you started the program, you're doing interviews with a consulting company for the summer. And after the summer, in September, starts with is the time where people apply for jobs. So it's about 8 months after you start the MBA regarding the December batch. For the July batch, it's slightly different. You don't have a summer internship, so you just start applying for jobs after 6 months since you started the program, and that's the timing. Regarding the geography, is all over the world. Like it does help if you are in the same area, same location where you are applying to, just because it's easier in terms of time zone and if there are any in-person interview. But of course, the geography is not limited to France and Singapore. It's all over the world, really. Like people from apply to South America, Africa, North America, Russia. No, there is absolutely no difference. Um, INSEAD like provides a lot of networking events. A lot of companies come and talk you. They give you access to the alumni network. So it's really if, if you want to interview with some company, you have the opportunity to do so. And not only this, but at INSEAD they really prepare you well for the interviews. So we take courses regarding how to write a CV, how to present, how to tell your stories, how to like do follow up. It's very they prepare very well regarding this.
If you had to mention two skills which you picked up during your MBA at INSEAD, what would those two be?
Like the first one, I think I became more inquisitive uh, to the people, and it's like an attitude that you try to think first why that person thinks like this. Well, what are his or her assumption, or what has been his or her experience regarding this topic before challenging them, or before replying to them. And it's really important, I think. Working and studying with so many people from different culture, uh, when they say something, if it is not exactly what you think, the first idea is to think it is wrong. But actually, it's not. It's just coming from a different perspective. So trying to understand why it actually brings value to the conversation, because it's another value and rational and valid perspective. So trying to pause the judgment for a bit and trying to understand more was like one like super useful skill that I think I developed during the MBA. And then I would also say communication skills. There are like some courses that help you, support you to tell story, to understand, and to communicate your message more in an efficient way. And it's in general, talking to different kind of personality and different kind of people, you also develop this skill.
One ending advice which you would want to give to anyone who is preparing themselves or who's planning to do an MBA at INSEAD?
As you said, the MBA is a huge investment in terms of money and in terms of time, but it's also highly rewarding. So, and just another point that I want to clarify: you don't need an MBA to be successful in life. You don't need this. It can help, but it's not the answer to all the problems. So first, you need to understand what you want, what's your long-term goal, and if an MBA can help you with this. I always tell the story of a friend of mine. He was a colleague, and he wanted to do an MBA as well. And then he realized that actually he didn't need an MBA. He just wanted to invest, work in a family office to invest money, and he wanted to have an MBA in order to have clients in the future and develop his knowledge. And he realized that he didn't have to. He could already achieve his goal without an MBA, but leveraging on his friend that did an MBA in order to look for potential clients in the future. And I mean, this example for me is important because it means that you don't need. It's not like the answer to all the problems. So first, you need to clarify why you want to have an MBA and how the MBA can help you to achieve that goal. Talk to alumni to understand the fit and what they got what they got from the MBA. And you really see when you're talking to people that already did the MBA, you understand if that's the school for you, if you can see yourself as their as your mentor and so on. So it's important to understand your fit with the school.
So, Simone, it was great talking to you. Thank you for taking your time and providing these values about an MBA at INSEAD.
Thank you very much. It's always nice to talk about the experiences. Besides everything, is for me it has been life changing. Like I have a thing that I didn't mention, but is very important, is the friendship and the new friends that you make all around the world, and it's really impressive. And this will help you like where you go, wherever in the world.